sculptor, and it's beautiful. It's been good to me. The clay is indigenous. It's from here, from Taos Pueblo. And I hand gathered this clay up in the mountains and I processed it myself. Although I have been known to work with commercial clay that I get at like Santa Fe Clay or New Mexico Clay. Why limit yourself? So this piece is called Water People, and it is a Shroyer clown riding on the back of a fish. And it has lots of movement, and the fish was traditionally fired. And that's corn husk coming out of the Kashari's headdress. And I don't know, I just enjoy working with clay. And when I get clay in my hands, I don't really like, my first thing is not to make a bowl. I make something. I make little people, like little figures. And so that's just me. Enjoy doing my art and honored to be part of the show, which I have been for the past, I don't know, maybe 6 years. I've been joining it consecutively. So I'm proud to be part of this museum, this establishment. If you want to see more of my work, you can see it at the Martinez Gallery. And I have a Facebook fine art page, Dawning Pollen Shorty fine art. So I have samples of my pastels, my masks, my wall hangings, my tall sculptures, and just everything. I love to do art. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawning. And I think we're looking forward to you being part of the Taos Pueblo show too. That's coming up after the miniatures show. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
The next artist we're going to move to is Brian Allen Skinner. And what I'd really like to say about this piece is that this is evidence of how far this show has evolved, because we didn't ever accept anything that was computer generated or modified electronically. But, you know, this is an art, and it's really, I'm so glad that we can include it now. And so, Brian, can you please tell us more about this creation?
Yeah, yes, I'm happy to. Actually, this is the fourth image I've done that I call a quilt, because what I actually work on, I don't know how many people are going to be able to see it. They are 35 millimeter glass slide holders. And I'm actually working with a jeweler's eyepiece because this is only about 1.25 inches high. And then where the computer part comes into this is in putting all 8 panels together into a single image. So, and the tree part of each image is actually, I took photographs of sagebrush and then just put different leaf pattern on the top in order to suggest the seasons. But that's, I do a lot in cliché vert, and it's, all it is, it's French for glass negative, because in early photography, they would doodle and make all kinds of crazy things on the glass photographic plates. So, and I thank you for sponsoring this show. This is my 6th year. And it's just, it's wonderful. And I thank the museum and all the staff. And if anyone wants to see more of the quilts or more of the cliché vert, I am at brianskinner.net. And I also have, I'm also a writer. So I have 2 of my books in the Millicent Rogers Museum store. The latest is Our Lady of Roswell. And being an artist, I'm able to do my own interior illustrations as well. So thank you and good luck to everyone. And thanks for allowing me to participate.
Thank you, Brian. This is really exciting that we have these artists of just different media. Roger Martinez is another artist who's been with the museum a long time. He's a friend of many of us. And this is a story about the Pueblo bonfires at Taos Pueblo. Roger, are you with us today? Can you unmute yourself and tell us about this?
I am here, and yes, I appreciate being here. I'm a native New Mexican with family roots in Taos for many generations. And on top of that, I have a family history of the arts dating back several generations. My grandparents were my biggest inspiration at first, as we would sit in front of at the dinner table, and my grandfather would draw, my mother would do her thing, and my mom's does her thing. She has a piece at the, what's that big place in New York? A big museum over there. And so I stayed away from it for a while. I did start with photography, which from 10 years old or so, I had my first camera, a little 110. And from there, got involved with a yearbook at college and doing more after I graduated. I started with a museum about 12 years ago with photography, and I've done I continue to do photography. I paint, I use either acrylics or oil. This particular piece is acrylic. And my showing is pretty much, it's a combination of contemporary and traditional in various ways. This particular painting does show the bonfire burning at the Taos Pueblo. It's during Advent, which is 3 weeks before Christmas. And it's such a heartwarming experience being there and for Christmas Eve when the big bonfires are showing. And it's always been something that's been in my heart to paint. So this year I decided this is going to be what I'm going to work on. I have, yes, I've been here for about 12 years now with the museum. I show at the Maya Toast Gallery, Studio 107B on the plaza. Hopefully she'll be open soon. I show at State Fair. I've been showing at Contemporary Hispanic Market along with Spanish Market in Santa Fe for the last 12 years. And I have some pieces down at the Benedictine Monastery store in town on the off of the plaza. I just got involved with the Corazon Gallery in the Art League of Trinidad in Lower Colorado, as New Mexico's been really low this year, of course, in the arts and being able to show anywhere. So I was able to connect with the Corazon Gallery. I'm also involved with the Chalk Gallery up in Denver, which I have for the last 3 years. I also got involved in Santa Fe with a rail yard artist group, which is at the rail yard. And about 3 years ago also, I got involved with the Los Angeles Art Association. And on a regular basis, you can find me at the Martinez Hacienda here in Taos.
It's good to see a familiar face, Roger. Thank you for joining us today. Next, we're going to strut along.
It's so wonderful to be here again.
Thank you. We're going to strut along to Strutting Myself by Charlotte Shroyer. And I'm glad you're with us too. Charlotte, are you unmuted so you can tell us about this lovely piece? Okay, I think you need to unmute yourself on the lower left corner, please.
I unmuted now?
Yes.
Okay. This whimsical piece just happened, as a lot of my work does. I started with a monotype that was not real successful. Monotypes, do strange things. Sometimes they're wonderful, and sometimes you go, oh, uh-oh, what happened? Well, this had a base of a monotype, and then I began putting oil paints on it, and just wherever I felt like putting the paint. And as I looked at it, all of a sudden I saw this little character, I call him a dog, who appeared, who might have been followed up on an earlier dog I did called Dog of the Night, that is in Jackie's Trading Post on Kit Carson. And that one was based on a book called The Dog Stars, which was quite an interesting book, which had a wonderful dog in it named Jasper. So I think that this was all kind of cooking in my creative energy. And so this one appeared. And he just seemed to have that attitude and be strutting his stuff. So I had great fun with this. I do most of my work in a very similar manner, never knowing what is going to appear on the canvas if I'm painting, or if I'm painting over a monotype, not quite sure what is going to appear. It's part of the magic of what we all feel as artists, and it is a wonderful thing. I like to say that my work is inspired by history, literature, and imagination. I love to read, so some of the paintings that I have done come out as a result of what I have read, as this one I think probably followed on the tale of Jasper and the Dog Stars. My work is in Jackie's Trading Post, both on the Plaza and on Kit Carson. I also show in Europe, Italy, I've been in Portugal, etc. And on my website, charlotteshroyer.com. I want to thank the museum for this wonderful opportunity. I think you have done a magnificent job putting this whole Zoom together. I am so impressed the way it is going, the way it started, the way it's proceeding. So thank you so much. And I'm sure, like the other artists, we look forward to next year again, and hopefully we'll all be able to mingle and do the usual thing. So thank you again.
Yes, we're taking everybody kicking and screaming with us into the virtual,
Okay,
including ourselves.
nothing. It's Jim Cox.
Yes, we're pleased to meet Jim Cox.
Thank you, Charlotte. I believe I'm unmuted, and I don't know, you let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Shall I start? If I may?
Yes, please
Yes,
start.
please.
Oh, thank you. I'm having a hard time hearing you, but I did. First and foremost, I would like to thank Karen for kind of getting me in kind of last minute and having confidence in me that I can Zoom and connect. I'd also like to thank the museum and all the, benefactors and those who contribute and continually support this show. I've had great success over the last 10 to 15 years, and it's twofold for me. I'm really fortunate that I'm able to paint and submit a piece, as well as creative framing. I'm the owner of the frame shop. We frame quite a few pieces that are part of the entry. And, I don't know, some people are blessed, and some of us, me, are twice blessed. But thanks so much for having this go on. I very much traditional painter, Hudson River, Flemish, trained and such. I'd like to thank, my instructors, Dalhart Winberg from Texas, and of course, the Schuler School of Art in Baltimore. They have got me to where I am today.
Painting by Jim Cox.
Yes. I am submitting a miniature that I've kind of created somewhat from memory and somewhat from inspiration, and hope that it finds appeal with someone. And as far as the frame shop, I am the owner of Creative Framing. I have a great staff who helps us not only frame my work, but of course, many of the people who have entered the miniature show here at Millicent Rogers. I'd also like to thank Rob Nightingale. He represents me at the Wilder Nightingale Gallery. He's been very kind and generous for me. And again, thanks to Millicent Rogers. Thanks to those who helped me here at Creative Framing. You guys are such a strong creative force, and from one who benefits more than once. My appreciation and just outstanding, you know, just appreciation for you, for what you do and what you've done. And I hope that I can return that in some respects.
Thank you, Jim. That was so kind of you. We enjoy working. We have a great working relationship with you, and we're pleased that you continue showing your art with us. And now we're going to shift gears to our board president, George Bartel. Please take it away, George.